So this is Amulet Titan, but a few changes to the typical list currently. Typically, lists right now are experimenting with serum visions to make the deck more consistent. I love the idea of that, but I hate serum visions. Big problem I have with serum visions, particularly in Amulet Titan, is this deck is kind of starved for blue mana in the early turns, which means the benefit that Serum Visions is often giving you, you're not really receiving until much later. So we're playing Jeff Cunningham. Name sounds really familiar. I'm pretty sure that's one of the pro players. Last time I played against him, he was on Burn. So this hand is turn 1 County Garden, turn 2 Tribe Scout, Growth, turn 3 Relic, turn 4 Titan. Generally, turn 4 Titan's a little bit slow on the draw. Let's see what it does here. I got double County Garden, so I'm pretty excited about that. So if there is some sort of... Last time I saw Jeff Cunningham, like I said, he was on Burn. So if there's a bunch of ground attacks, this hand can slow that down. Spirebuff Canal means Izzet Phoenix. Yep, there's the Arclight Phoenix already in the bin for our friend. Okay, probably a thing in the ice. Nope. He's going straight for a Phoenix draw here. That's good. That's good for us. We can beat a Phoenix draw, even though we do have plant tokens to block the thing in the ice. Phoenix draws we can actually beat here. We can definitely beat a lack of a Phoenix draw. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. I think he was digging to try to find a Faithless Looting and just didn't find another one. Or digging rather to get more Arclight Phoenixes. Okay. Good news is we found our Kabira Crossroads, so we're going to gain some life. Set Adrift. Put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. Well, that's pretty sweet. That certainly pushed us back a little bit here. So I think the game plan is still to go Coalition Relic. Yes, I believe this is slightly favorable. Like, game 1, I think I'm favored. I have a slow draw here, so normally I'd want to be Titaning right now instead of the Titan next turn. Post-board, the entire game is built around Blood Moon. If they have a Blood Moon, they can slow me down. If they don't have a Blood Moon, then I'm usually fine, especially when I bring in Path to Exiles. So I have 3 mana here. 4, 5. So I already can't even... Unless I draw an untapped land, I can't even play Titan next turn anyway, because they got rid of my Scout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just play the Scout. And pass turn. I haven't done, I can actually check to see what my record is against Izzet Phoenix. Last I checked, it was pretty even. So we actually would have drawn the untapped source. We could have had a Titan right now. We still can thanks to the Scout. So I'm going to do is Cavern, name Giant, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I had to play a tap land. No, sorry, I'm miscounting. I'm miscounting all over the place. This is what happens when you have a nighttime stream, and I'm drinking my wife's famous homebrew beer. So unfortunately, I'm really slow this particular round, but I will have a Titan next turn. This has been kind of a weird match. Homebrew is what's up. Okay. Snap set adrift. It's got to be what they're doing here, right? And I'm going to grab the Coalition Relic. Surgical Extraction. Okay. He's just trying to flip his thing here. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I'll just play the Crossroads to gain some life. And I'll F6 here. So he's targeting Secure Tribe Scout. I don't think he actually cares about eliminating my Secure Tribe Scouts. Yeah, he so far has only gotten rid of one. I think he just wants to see my deck list. Keeping Scouts in is actually a good plan here because they're terrible top decks. Two, three, four, five, six. And I'll have a County Garden to block the horror here. One thing that Izzet Phoenix kind of takes advantage of the decks that hurt themselves a little bit on their own. And one huge advantage Amulet Titan has, it's got a pain-free mana base. So I can Bojuka Bog. I'll do that. I'll Bojuka Bog, get rid of that one Phoenix. Sorry, two Phoenixes. And the next thing I really care about here is a Tolaria West, so then I can get an Engineered Explosives. So next turn, I'll grab that. This turn I'll just play the County Garden and pass. So next turn I'm going to play the Simic Growth Chamber and pick up my Tolaria West. Yep, and put an EE on 2. I've already seen a Spell Pierce from my opponent. Sure. I'm not blocking here. This will be the second bolt we've gone through. I'm just going to set myself up for another turn to Tolaria West. I already have the bounce land in my hand, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'll just grab a Vesuva, which will copy a County Garden, so I have a blocker. And I'll pick up the Kabira Crossroads. Okay. So next turn I can pick up the Kabira Crossroads and replay it to go up to 10, or I can just pick up the Tolaria West. They have to have, my opponent has to have a huge Phoenix hand right now, with a Phoenix and a Bolt, double Phoenix and a Bolt to kill me. Yep. Because we already got rid of 2 Phoenixes, they only had 2 left. We already got rid of 2 Bolts, so they only had 3 Bolts, so they only had 1 Bolt, 1 left. So they were in a rough spot right there. Okay. Sideboard, Rex Sage, Prime Command, and World Breaker, which is some spice I've been running for a little while in Amulet. I think it's really good. It allows us to turn our Ancient Starrings into a threat that also takes out Blood Moon. So I right now have 3 answers to Blood Moon. I also want to bring in Path to Exiles and Engineered Explosives. Is this flying? Yeah. And I'm intrigued with bringing in some counter magic. Cards that aren't very powerful are Walking Ballista. I think all my lands matter. Bajuka Bog matters, Cavern matters, Ghost Quarter can fix myself, Kabira Crossroads matter, County Garden matters. So all of my lands matter here. I'll cut a couple Summoners packs, and I'll trim some Explorers. And the Tribe Scouts are actually pretty bad as well. I think I'll try this right here. I still want at least 1 Explorer to get a little bit of early ramp in. I do think this is a very good matchup, as long as they don't have Blood Moon. If they manage to get Blood Moon, this matchup becomes much, much harder. So this hand is an answer for counter magic on prime time. It is an answer for their first threat, and it is an answer for Blood Moon. I just need, it also has a ramp spell, I just need a Karoo land, and this hand gets a lot better. Luckily I run 9, so I should be able to draw into one of those. Or I can draw an Ancient Starrings. Wow. Okay, grab the Ghost Quarter. I do want to give a shout out to Darling Dearest for following an hour before my stream started. So thank you, Darling, for the follow. Green. I mean they have to run Traverse, right? Or just Ancient Grudge. Yeah, green's got to be for Ancient Grudge to take out my Amulet. Unfortunately, I don't care if they destroy my Amulet. I do care if they destroy my Coalition Relic, because that is one of my answers to Blood Moon. So I'm going to hold up Negate here. If they play a thing in the ice, I'll path it. If they try to play a Blood Moon, I'll negate it. Otherwise, I'm just going to pass turn, drop a Azusa next turn, and ramp myself slowly into a Titan. We're seeing more of the mid-range, without Amulet, we're seeing more of the mid-range options that Primeval Titan decks can do right now. These are actually the draws I'm more comfortable with. The combo draws, just kind of like in Abzan Company, the combo draws are very explosive and certainly let you win a large variety of games. Even bad matchups can become good matchups if you combo quick. Sure. So there's no way to hold up negate here. Four, five, six. We have a prime time next turn unless they Blood Moon us right now. I do feel like if he could have Blood Moon, he would have done it last turn. I feel like every once in a while, and you see me do it a lot with Abzan Company, you have to put your shields down for a certain period of time. Every once in a while, I have to say, well, they didn't have it last turn. I have to hope they don't top deck it. I'm going to put my shields down, put myself in the best situation to win the game as quickly as possible. But right now, that would be setting myself up to cast the prime time next turn. Discard Ancient Grudge and a land. Okay. Okay. So no Blood Moon. So we are fine. They have Thing in the Ice, that's fine. Once we have our lands down, they can bounce all of our stuff. That doesn't matter. Oh, that's painful. So instead of Blood Moon, we're running Molten Rain. Okay. And we need a Karoo land to get back the Titan mana now. That set us back a decent amount. Okay, putting a Zeus on the top of my deck really kind of sets me back again. Set Adrifter is a really good tempo card. They only have one card left, so I'm just going to play a Zusa here. Pass, and put my shields down for negate. I'm playing a Zusa in case I draw a Karoo land to double up my speed here. Okay. Engineered Explosives is good off the top. Land is good off the top. Okay. Yep, that's getting countered. Land. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. I have to replay one. So I'm going to gain some life here. Because what my opponent is going to do is they're going to flip the thing in the ice. There's nothing I can do to stop it. They have a Faithless Looting in the bin. So I will gain 2 life. So I go up to 11, which makes me a little bit safer. I guess I can actually just blow up their graveyard. That can certainly stop them a little bit. So that's what I'll do there. Actually, I've played 1 land per turn. Yeah, I'll just do that. Green. Yeah, I'm fine. My options there was I could have set myself up to grab an Engineered Explosives or a Titan again next turn. But I don't think I need that. I think I just need to survive. Okay, so our opponent must have a land in hand, otherwise it would have flipped a thing in the ice there. I'm going to grab Tularia West and a Simic Growth Chamber. I don't have enough blue to do anything with that yet. So I'm actually going to bounce the Crossroad. I can't give my Titan Double Strike. I don't have the right mana for it. Sure. So I'm going to go down to 3. They can hard cast their Phoenix that's in their hand, and then swing at me for 10. Opponent's tapping for 5 mana. It's a lot. I think he's forgetting his Manamorphose mana already. Okay, Snap Manamorphose, sure. And it's free. The only reason I'm not just passing priority is in case they have a Blood Moon. I want to be able to blow up one of my lands for a, now pass, for a forest. So then if I top deck a forest, I can still play Prime. I'm going to fall to 3 here. Not in a great spot. 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to grab a Vesuva and a Simic Growth Chamber. Vesuva will copy Kabira. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. They have 22 cards left in their deck. They definitely have bolts left, unless they sided the bolts out, which is perfectly reasonable, especially because they know that I'm going to be siding out my Scout, so the only bolt target is Azusa. So sighting bolts out makes a lot of sense actually against me. Especially for something as hard hitting as Molten Rain. I think I actually like that more against Amulet Titan than Blood Moon. Okay, so we're going to follow 1. My best possible draw is either Karoo Land, a Path, or a EE. Titan's not bad. Am I still dead here? No, I have exactly lethal, right? Alright. Sorry I'm not communicating as much. This deck is hard. So what I want to do is I want to get a bounce land, and I want to bounce the life gain one. Not that it really matters here. That is exactly lethal. Okay. Let's update that in the notes. So what I'm looking for in a hand is lands, ramp, and payoff. This hand has ramp, has plenty of lands, and Ancient Stirrings could be a payoff, could not be, but Teleria West is really my payoff here. So I'm actually going to keep this being on the play, turn 1 Stirrings, turn 2 Explore, and kind of go from there. Again, we're seeing very fair hands here, although Amulet of Vigor will change that a lot. Oh no, are we up against Coco? So we're in a pretty good spot here thanks to that Summoner's Pact. Abzan. Abzan with Birds of Paradise. So I think this is just exactly what that's like the best possible thing we could have drawn there. I have 2 more land plays, so I can get 2, 4, 5 mana. Let's just play into this again, do the same thing again, play and explore, and see if I can get another amulet. So I'm stuck at 5 mana for the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is just play out 2 lands and then pass with 1 floating mana. So I set myself up to be in a pretty good spot next turn. Yeah, Abzan tokens. I don't know, Birds of Paradise. Like, shouldn't that be a Noble Hierarch unless it's some budget brew? I'm intrigued by it. Yeah, I'll take 2, sure. Voice, I think this is just a fair Abzan deck, which I love. I wholeheartedly love fair Abzan. I just don't think it's very good right now. Yeah, okay. So I have 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11 mana. So I get plenty of mana here. Let's grab Prime. I'm gonna grab Slayers. My opponent's tapped out, so I'm not afraid of doing this out of sequence here. I definitely want a Slayer's Stronghold, and I think I want a Selesnya Sanctuary just to get a little bit extra mana here. Still have 1 land play remaining, so I think what I'm just going to do is attack here. They're going to block with Voice of Resurgence, and then I'm going to blow up all their tokens with an EE. So I want a Sun Home, just to have it in the future. Yeah, this is going to be a super good matchup for Titan. I kind of feel bad for the guy. I can't. There's nothing but Bajuka Bog, so I'm not going to worry about that. I could Bajuka Bog myself to make his Tarmogoyf smaller, but I don't know if a Voice of Resurgence bird deck is running Tarmogoyf. I'm just going to grab another Teleria West here. Yep. So exactly what I said. They're going to block with the Voice and get a giant token, and their token's going to be bigger than my prime time. But I'm going to blow up all of their tokens with an Engineered Explosives here. Okay. EE on 0 was enough to seal it. So what will Abzan tokens bring in against me? Probably some land hate, so I like Ramanop. World Breaker is really cool. Engineered Explosives is amazing. Primal Command is interesting. Emrakul is interesting. Rexage is interesting. And Paths are pretty interesting here. Good game, fair sir. So what is bad here? I think Cavern of Souls is not great. Kabira Crossroads probably isn't that great either, although I really do like having access to life gain on a land. Ghost Quarter, they might run a manland. I think I'd rather have the Crossroads and the Ghost Quarter. And Against value decks, I'm going to cut Amulets. I'm not trying to combo them. An Amulet is, at its heart, a combo card. I'm just trying to survive their game plan. Walking Ballista seems really strong against Lingering Souls tokens. It's possible Path actually isn't even that good here. I'm going to cut Rexage. I don't know if they're bringing in Damping Sphere or not. World Breaker could be enough for me there. So Emrakul the Promised End is a card I've been wanting to test. I want to try Hive Mind. I do play other formats. I also play Standard, and I do some drafting. With other formats you want to see? I did do a stream somewhat recently where we had a guest streamer on who really wanted me to stream some an arena draft, so we did that. This hand has a turn 3 Coalition Relic for a turn 4 Titan. In a fair matchup, I like that. I've been so interested in Pauper. So interested. I've just never actually gotten into it because we do not have a local Pauper meta. So opponents scryed to 5 and scryed bottom. That is a sign of weakness. Just gonna lead off with this and pass turn. I could play the EE right now in 0, but I feel like if they were going to Thoughtseize me, they would have done it already. And I'd rather get a little more information before I drop that on 0. I have been wanting to stream some Arena. I don't play too much of it, and I just run a janky burn deck, to be honest. But I really just do my dailies every single day with Arena. But I've been enjoying it. It's a guilty pleasure. I'm going to play Coalition Relic and then Stirrings. This is one of the weird things about this deck, is you really have to make sure you pay attention to your lands here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could Stirrings right now, or I can just try to have prime time next turn. So I'm actually just going to save the Coalition Relic for prime time next turn. I used to draft a lot. I did a lot of limited, but it was a while ago. We're talking Theros block. I got my wife into it. And then I was hoping to get her into Battle for Zendikar, because she really likes landfall as a mechanic. So I was hoping to get her into that. That stinks. Maybe they'll make it big. Alright. Well, no Titan this turn. Opponent has 2 cards left in hand. I'm just going to grab another Coalition Relic. I do like eating up a lot of time on MTGO. I don't know why. I I like clicking. I like destroying this index finger, so I'll never actually be able to finish my novel. I'm 500 pages in. Almost done. I'm almost done. I'm never going to finish it at this point. Blue-white familiars. So what is blue-white familiars? This will put me at 9. I think I can afford that. I think I'd rather have the scout in play. Oh, I didn't put that thing on it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my creature is bigger than their creature. I don't think they run the Liana. Just looking at their deck, I don't think they run the Liana. I already have my next prime time lined up. So what am I interested in getting here? Lots of clicking. I did a Bant company stream 2 days ago. Yesterday, and instead of one of the win conditions, instead of mirror entity, was a card that costs you pay 4 mana to put a +1/+1 counter on something. I was like, I'm not about that. So let's go. County Garden is a blocker. And Simic Growth to rebuy the Teleria West. Actually, I don't need Teleria West. I'm just going to rebuy. Worst case scenario, they path my prime time. I'm just going to rebuy the County Garden. Shape of Nature, yeah. It's so good, yeah. It's it's something else. Okay, so I think their game plan here is to Gavany Township the Siege Rhino and kill my Titan. But I am wiser than most. And I say, I will take your 5 damage, sir. Or ma'am. Tomac. So, something funny is, Tomac is the name of one of the characters in my book. It's crazy. So, I'm going to go to 3 here. My goal is to just cast Emrakul once today. So this costs 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can cast Emrakul, the Promised End, right now. I don't know exactly what it does, but it just seems awesome. So let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because Engineered Explosives doesn't do anything. Cool. Easy. Get paired against all good matchups, we're going to do well, right? That's how Magic works. Abzan Rhino. So let's check this out. Blue-white familiars, modern. Oh, this is a ghostly flicker deck? Oh yeah, that is gonna be a lot. That's a lot of clicking. Okay, so we have a payoff. We have ramp. We're on the play. This is a turn 5 Titan hand. If we draw into anything, this is faster, so I'll keep this. Yes, I'm keeping a hand that has 5 lands, and I'm actually kind of happy about it. If you look at this hand, it's got 5 lands, but this land is anything I want, and this land is a free blocker. I love being able to cast spells for 0 mana. I just spent, well, I technically spent 1 mana, I guess, as my turn 1 play, but got a 0/1 play it. And a forest. Okay, how do I want to do this? Snow-covered mountain means we could be in a bit of trouble here. Luckily, we have 2 basic forests, so I'm not as worried about it. Sure. A really small crowd tonight. Thing in the ice. So we're going to get Izzet Phoenix again, and it looks like they're going to have a very, very good turn 3. Lucky for us, we're going to have a better turn 4. Okay, they're 1 shy of being able to flip thing. Sure. Their turn's not as great as I thought it would be. One, two, three, four, five, six. It's got a Titan. I'll be right back. So I thought that if it flipped already, so then I was going to rebuy Kelney Garden. Guess I can set myself up for the future. I already have a Teleria West in hand, so I'm not as worried about that. I think I want to go Bajuka Bog, Kabira Crossroads. So it happens on a late night stream, much lower viewership. Also always happens when I'm playing Amulet. I think people are less interested in watching Amulet Titan as opposed to Abzan Company right now. Sure. Fall game here. First game fallen so far this stream. Bring in cards that beat Blood Moon. Bring in ways to counter Blood Moon. Bring in ways to kill their creatures. Take out Secure Tribe Scout. Dies to Bolt. Take out a couple ramp spells. I'm trying to slow down here a little bit. Take out a couple packs. Actually get significantly weaker post board here. Take out Ballista. Should get another explore over third EE here. Too slow. Too slow. And I'm kind of forced to keep it at this point. But I get to hold up Negate before their Blood Moon turn because I'm on the play here. Okay. Trying pretty poorly this game so far. Okay. Sure. Okay. Lost their first match pretty convincingly. That was my 199th match with Amulet Titan. So this one's about to be my 200th. I'm on the play. This hand has got a lot of ramp in it. If this Ancient Stirrings was... I think I'm going to keep this. I think this is an odd keep, but I think I'm going to keep this hand. I just need to draw a payoff card, and that includes Tolaria West here. There we go. Okay. Saved by the draw step here. Explorer would be great. Azusa would be probably one of my best possible draws here. This is a race. I'm not going to win a long game here, so I just need to have a slightly faster draw. It's been a weird league. Izzet Phoenix twice, Abzan value deck with a lot of Lingering Souls and Voice of Resurgence, and here some Scape Shift. Okay. So next turn I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I need 9 for Tolaria West for the Titan. So I'll just Ancient Stirrings right now. And I'll grab an Amulet. So I have a much faster clock. So next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this is going to be Amulet. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So if I top deck a Titan, I'm good. Otherwise, I have to wait a turn, and I have a turn 5 kill here, which might be a little bit slow against the Scape Shift deck. The Scape Shift deck is splashing black, so it could be a breach list that we saw do very well recently. In that case, I have even less time than normal. Yeah, they straight up put a mountain in play instead of a second green source. This is definitely a breach list. Breach lists flood the board with mountains where Scape Shift decks don't. Okay. So I should have mulliganed this hand. It was way too slow. We're talking a turn 5 Titan here. And because I took my second Amulet, it's not even a turn 5 kill. So I'm probably going to grab double Valakut here. No? Alright. So I have to win quick here, so I definitely want to grab Sun Home at some point. Ghost Quarter I'm definitely drawing. I wish Vesuva could copy Ghost Quarter, but I can't here. Next turn they're going to deal a lot of damage to me. They're going to deal, let's say I get rid of a mountain, they'll deal 3 to me. That puts me at 11. Let's say I block the Titan. I'll be at 11 life. They attack. I think Kabir Crossroads might actually be decent here. So they have land, ramp, or anything. I'm just dead here. One of their Valakut. That counts too. Six, 12. They have 12 damage right here, so I have to block, otherwise I'm just dead. They're going to kill Titan. Put me at 1. Which means if I top deck a prime time, I can win the game. Otherwise, I'm just dead. Nope, that's not even enough. Worldbreaker seems good. Primal Command seems okay. Emrakul maybe just as an out. Ballista and EE are both pretty bad. Ramanop seems good here to chain Ghost Quarters. Maybe some Negate or Path. Pact of Negation seems like I was missing that in the main board in this matchup. Bajuka Bog's bad. Also would argue County Garden's pretty bad here too. So what don't I want? I don't think I want Emrakul. Although she is pretty spicy. I don't think the game's going to go long enough. I think I love these 3 cards right here. Let's run this. I want as much blue cards as possible in this matchup. I want to try to control them a little bit. So I have a... This is definitely too slow. Can't keep that. So later in this league, we're seeing a little bit of the variance issues that Amulet Titan can certainly have with its keepable hands. Like, we just couldn't keep that hand. I'll keep this because I kind of have to, and Stirring's on top so I can dig for something, preferably an Amulet. So I play a turn 3 Azusa, and I could potentially do a lot more here. Okay. As long as our opponent doesn't have Damping Sphere, I think we're okay here, even on our mulligan to 5. The black sideboard makes me worry that they're going to just remove all my prime times from the deck. A card that costs 4, it's red-black. I think Valak decks are in general are favorable if I have a fast combo. But you can see I haven't had a fast combo all night. The deck has been just give me a bunch of mid-range hands. Okay, definitely through the breach that is pitch 2. Come on, not even a blue land. Okay, I'll take the life gain one that at least does something. Come on, deck. You can do better than this. Despite this, I will say, on a mull to 5, I do have a ton of mana available to me. Sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this here. Blow up another. Knock me down to 4. I don't have double green right now for Primal Command, so it's a little rough. I don't have blue for negate. This is the reason why I don't want Serum Visions in the... Yep. You got it, buddy. Okay. Fell to Breach Shift. I feel like if all the Breach decks, the Black Splash makes their matchup against us much, much, much better. So we got to win this one for all the marbles. Start out 2-0 and had 2 games where he mulled to 5. Come on the play. We go turn 1 Teleria West. We have no other choice. Turn 2 Sanctuary. Turn 3. Yeah, this hand doesn't do anything because the lands. Otherwise, this hand starts out pretty good. Okay, we got a turn 1 Scout. I like that. I don't want that though. And I'll use my Ancient Stirrings to dig up for more mana. I particularly need a crew land here. Up against Dredge. Dredge is a good matchup as long as I get a prime time going. Isn't everything a good matchup if I get prime time going though? Okay. I think I need the crew. What I should have done there was I should have flashed in, played Ghost, flashed in Sunhome, played Coalition Relic, and then with Coalition Relic mana, Ancient Stirrings. That is the plan I should have taken right there. What I just did was really wrong. Not much to really do here except just progress my mana. One, two, three, four, 5, 6 mana next turn. As long as I draw a prime or a pact, I have 8 of those. I'm in good shape here. Opponent's got a slow roll here, so I'm kind of fine. Don't like that. Yep. They've seen half their deck so far, but none of it's been their payoff cards, other than that one Conflagrate. I think EE on 2 is probably fine here. They already have a Bloodghast in the yard here, so even if I blow up the EE, it's not like I'm giving him back Prized Amalgam or anything here anyway. I really just need the top deck. Sure. I really just need the top deck into a Titan here. I'm running, my window is shrinking here. Opponent's digging for a land. They got it. Perfect. Might be a little late. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blow up their graveyard. Haven't played a land this turn, so I can bounce it back to my hand. What else do I want? Need more green sources. I'm just going to grab a County Garden here. Okay. It's kind of how the Dredge matchup works out. Once we resolve a Titan, the game kind of works out much better for us. Cards I'm interested in. I'm interested in Negates. They can counter some of their most important cards. Primal Command seems really good here. Don't think I need Rexage or Ramanop. Don't think Ballista does much. Okay. Opponent concedes. I mean, this is just such a favorable matchup. All I have to do is resolve a Titan and I win. So, sorry the league went a little weird. Won the first 2. Lost the next 2, and then had a really non-competitive game against Dredge. But that's how it goes sometimes. I definitely made some mistakes, like I pointed out in that last match. So, I'll see you guys next time.